everyone, and welcome to Pathologic Bachelor route. We're starting off right off the bat, right after the Changeling one. I know that I kinda went backwards about all of the routes with Pathologic. Usually you start from the Bachelor one, and probably most of you that are watching this are either have seen the two previous ones before or are completely new to all this. And this is a good start, honestly, to Pathologic. So I do recommend starting off with this Let's Play, even though I just completely jumbled it up. So, yeah. Feel the music, feel the vibe, and we're starting a new game with The Bachelor. Our favorite... yeah. Okay, let's start.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform Sectio Transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well. But there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking. Bachelor. The history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes that have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt that the pettiness of human achievement and the triumph of the invincible evil. Outbreaks of infectious diseases that have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map are undoubtedly among those. However smart and virtuous, the people caught up in these destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it's no use trying to fight these circumstances. The best you can do is bite the bullet and cope with your losses. This is the story of a person who has managed to work a miracle and defeat a seemingly unvanquishable foe.
Daniil Dankovsky, a bachelor of medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Jan and stays at her place till dawn.
Eva. It's Ava. Ooh. Doom. Victor, you good? As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kine, who is rumored to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern thanatology and challenge the existent notions of death itself. However, even if this undying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratory down. I need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. Day 1, by the end of which the Bachelor finds himself battling a truly unvanquishable foe. Looking around. We got a bed. Oh, and a little inventory spot. Cool. Oh, we gotta leave through here. Hello.
What? I had a feeling you would come.
Did the sounds from the outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan, and then something snapped loudly. I fell asleep so quickly I didn't even notice. It's like I fainted. So, what sounds are you talking about? I think there are strangers in the backyard, by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. I'd like to thank you for your hospitality, for board and bed. I sincerely hope you have everything you need, because I'm very happy to have you here. Daniil, is it? How do you know who I am? Glory is the messenger riding ahead of the man, a celebrity from the capital, Bachelor Dankovsky, the founder of Thanatica, the man who challenges death. Of course we've heard about you. This glory is undeserved yet, but I hope that getting to know your ruler will give me a chance to live up to the expectations. Death. So that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. My enemy is inevitability. I am challenging the forces of nature. I don't understand. I can barely understand it myself. Could death only seem inevitable to us, but in reality be nothing more than a whim of the will that had shaped this world? That is the question. So where is the key to my victory? It's not far. The Kynes live at the Crucible, on Bridge Square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice? I need no advice. No, go on. Simon has 2 younger brothers. The eldest of the 2, Georgie, is called the judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the 3 is Victor. His daughter, Maria, also wanted to see you. It's probably important. Was it she who knew about my arrival beforehand? Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is that kind of person. She puts on airs, but that's just how the Kynes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence. All right, thank you for the advice. Go, and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the Kynes. They will probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I will have some advice that may be of help to you, if you need it. Okay, I'll come back. The mysterious Maria, Victor Kynes' daughter, has been expecting my arrival for several days. She seems to know about me more than I do. Simon Kyne, the man of improper longevity, is waiting for me here. I hope he sympathizes with my request. I only need a living evidence of the impossible. This mansion, called the Stillwater, belongs to a single girl called Ava Jan. An accidental midnight encounter provided me with a lovely companion and temporary lodging.
We sometimes differ more widely from ourselves than we do from others.
That ominous singing outside the window is gnawing at me. Who could be singing at a time like this? I'll take a look when I go outside. Okay.
My lacquer is cracking, see?
I'll say, very little time has passed, but I feel hungry and exhausted again. Since you've decided to fight death, you will have to be very careful. It's September. You will be dying with every breath of our air. What am I supposed to do? Not breathe your air? Should I have stocked up on the air from the capital? You got me wrong. You will be dying here much faster than in the capital. Your body is wasting away just as fast as a boat sinks with its hold full of water. Breathe in this air. Can you feel it? But why? This steppe is full of various herbs. They fill the air with dizzying vapors. White whip, twire, and swivery are dangerous in August and September, when herbs surrender their juices to the sun. People tend to get headaches this time of year. Heart sufferers lie in bed with pains. My heart aches too. How do you people live here? Twire is a rare herb, so usually it's bearable, but this year it's unbelievably plentiful. The elderly say that this is phenomenal. Nothing like this has ever happened before. They think it's a bad omen. Well, I don't believe that, but the air is droning. Can't you feel it? Don't you feel dizzy? Yes, the air is heavy. You need to sleep often, never go hungry, drink more water. You need to look after yourself properly. If you feel sick, forget everything else and get some rest. Otherwise, you may die of a heart attack or bleeding. Be careful, all right? The more I think and do, the faster I die? That's symbolism if I ever saw it. Well, looky here. Halt! I'm going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting, the time and the place. It's non-essential, but that's just how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon the prompt box. That would look mighty silly, wouldn't you agree? You're going to have to teach me? Aren't you forgetting your manners? My manners? There are different manners of life and thought, none of them mine. If everything goes awry, you will get a chance to witness each of them. That is something you should probably try to avoid. As for now, please forgive my rudeness. I'm in a special position here, and so I have the right to be blunt sometimes. And who are you? An actor in a tragic mime show. That's unimportant. Will you listen to me or not? I am listening. Time flies by. It can't be stopped or turned back. Nights follow days, which are then followed by nights. Things happen without any regard for whether you're there to witness them. Don't expect anyone to wait for you. Most events can be missed. And so it would make sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly. You'll find the people that will play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest are just a crowd shot, a background, a bunch of extras. As it has always been. Indeed. Still, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. It's a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these bound to stand out people. And don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy. Why is that? This world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world you see, for it is a mirror, wouldn't you agree? And so a bad reputation can get you in a lot of trouble. For example? Oh, need I describe? You've got a vivid imagination. Everything changes from mystical aspects to mundane things like the people you need treating you badly. How many enemies you've got, how high the prices rise, how bad your dreams are, lots of things. A sorry prospect. So how do I maintain my reputation? Really? How is that even a question? Same as anywhere. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not betray. Do not steal. Do not covet. Do not be an asshole. Do not get caught. The rules are the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, like risking something for thy neighbor or even a person who lives quite far away, can help in a dire situation. I see. Really? Good for you then. As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives. And don't put too much stock in another's words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived. Yet he who trusts no one is deluded. I know that from experience. Okay. Venerable Bachelor, please be so kind as to linger for a minute. This conversation won't take too much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues, at least during the important ones. And our dialogue is extremely important. You need to know how to play after all, don't you? Play? What are you talking about, masked man? I'm neither a gambler nor an actor. Of course you aren't. You are a living, breathing man. As is evident from your conditions and statuses, you experience hunger, thirst, and fatigue. You suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases. You're so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, and rest, and to make mistakes. No, I don't. Not me. If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or unnaturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress, but was diagnosed with starvation. It happens. I can testify to that as a doctor. Need I remind a wise man like you of the fact that hunger is sated with food? Food can be found in shops, and shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with specific signs. Sleeps, however, is more complicated. People only sleep in beds and only in private residences around here. I'm sorry, but that's just how our world is. Yes, the world is unjust. And quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell similar items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. People can be quite brazen around here. You can also barter with the folk out in the street. Some things may be nothing more than trinkets to you, but others would be willing to part with their life's blood for them. Blood? Yes, blood. It's not my place to lecture you, but if, following your Hippocratic oath, you ever consider easing someone's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You will see their pain receding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep when they're close to recovery, don't they? Or when they're close to their ultimate rest. Still, helping the hopeless will grant you a good reputation. You will be seen as a benefactor willing to part with a precious sleeping draught for a painkiller, or a painkiller for a simple bystander. Anything else? No. Not yet. Show me the way to Simon's house. Turn left now, then walk away along the alley. You will see a cathedral and 3 mansions across the bridge square. Simon lives in the one that is the closest to the river. Thank you. Ava mentioned something about people in the backyard. There they are. Cool cutscene. Just dudes sitting around 5 feet apart. What do you want? This ain't your business. Nothing, just taking a stroll. The worm feels sick, head packed, blood boiling, belly freezing. Let the worm warm up, let him take a rest. Don't touch us, we're dangerous. Whoa, that's some stench. Oh my god. Both of those are terrible. Oh my god. Okay, let's choose this. Maybe we won't get kicked. Let's see. Whoa, that's some stench, you animal. How on earth do you even live like that? Okay, he didn't hit me. Jesus. I thought, like, they were gonna start fighting me if I said the wrong thing. Let's just let them be. You know, the big worm man is probably not someone to mess with. And like, I mean, Ava might feel better, but like, what can I do? I have a scalpel. And that's pretty much it. And some kerosene and some drugs. I'm not gonna like... Yeah, it's not worth it. Off to Simon. He said the leftmost. So we're gonna go here. Take a look-see at the tower from up close. To anyone new to the Pathologic series, this is the most, you could say, recognizable aspect of it. But we'll leave it for now. Mm-hmm.
Most men only die because they know not how to prevent dying.
He looks like a fancy wizard, doesn't he? I haven't really noticed that before.
The town will meet
Oh my
its
god, that's
death
so much
at the hand of
text.
Simon's murderer.
Oh
That much
god.
is certain.
Say a prayer to my voice right now. Oh, I'm still a little sick. Let me get some water. Okay, Georgie, let's fucking go. Most venerable doctor, it is with great impatience that we have been expecting you. You need not delve into the minutiae. What does this mean? Okay, minutiae of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you are experiencing and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon, my consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper and embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. I can't believe it. It cannot be. My brother was murdered last night under the strangest of circumstances, but for all the mystery surrounding his death, I'd rather eschew the notion that his departure was connected with whoever had visited Simon that evening. The visitor is a man of laudable rectitude and an old friend of our family. There are witnesses to testify that he and Simon did nothing but converse. Who was the visitor? Someone you know quite well. The man whom my brother saw last night was your colleague, Isidore Burak. Was he not the very person to advise you come here as well? I would have told you that I'd been brought here by the hand of fate not so long ago, a naive man that I was. Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think? I'm no fatalist. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote to you without making us aware. He took a risk that could have displeased our family. Why do you speak the word fate with such disgust? I prefer the word time, in a fatalistic sense of the notion, of course. So Simon wasn't aware I would come? Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have been a consequence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. It is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side. My sincerest condolences to you. Is there anything I can do to help? Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderer for us. My brother Victor, who is in the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us, and the reward will not disappoint you. Indeed, it seems there are too many coincidences. Your brother's murder can just as well be called the murder of Bachelor Dankovsky. I will help you in every way I can. I am convinced that if there is anyone at all that can help us solve this puzzle, then it is you. This mission calls for someone as astute and inventive as yourself. If Isidore was an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder is a message that fate intended for you personally. Do not think I am inclined to blame you for that. I am not. That would have been strange, to say the least. This is where Victor lives, the youngest of the three kind brothers. He can tell me more about Simon's manner of death. Simon Kine, the man of improper longevity. Oh, Simon is dead. His brother Georgie is preparing to take the empty throne of the clan's leader. The Kines are obsessed with the idea of finding the murderer. They don't seem to be driven by rancor, but rather by the desire to uncover a mystery.
In growing old, we become more foolish and more wise.
I am counting on you, Doctor. Which of the locals could help me? Whose words can be trusted? I don't know for how long you will have to remain here, Doctor. You are most welcome to be my guest, even though I won't try to keep you. While you are here, though, and especially since you are trying to find out the truth, it is my duty to offer you a piece of advice. I would be most grateful for it. This remote place has a history of its own. There is not enough time to retell it to you, which is unfortunate, since it is the background of the town that may possibly justify some local conventions that will most likely seem barbaric to an educated person like yourself. Not at all. There are 3 truths that rule this town, 3 origins, 3 ideas, if you like. For several generations, these 3 powers have been in conflict with each other. I suspect none of them can exist without the other 2, yet each of them still strives to dominate. Each of them has its own voice, too. I have studied philosophy at the university, and I take it far more seriously than some of my colleagues. However, I failed to see its usefulness at the time. It's not about philosophy at all, Dr. Dankovsky. What I am going to tell you has some direct practical benefit to it. Perhaps my words will even help you survive. Really, I'm all ears then. These voices are the ruling families, the co-owners of the Bull Project, who have been ruling the town for almost 2 centuries. Each one of the truths they represent is screaming at the top of its lungs, and in so doing travesties whatever value it carries. Who are they? The first voice is the Saburovs, the second is the Olgimskis, the third one is us, the Kinds. We are the 3 heads of one beast. Each of the clans will offer their own understanding of what is going on. Each of the 3 will use their own voice and the voices of their followers to lie and distort the truth. We cannot exist otherwise. However, in doing so, we will inadvertently reveal the entirety of the truth to anyone who would listen. So I'm surrounded by lies. How exciting. Truth is my only idol. It is only for the truth that I fight. Well, no one will dare lie to your face. I have no doubts everyone will tell you the truth, but they will tell it in such a fashion that this truth will conceal the reality better than any deception would. The only thing I'm asking is that you don't jump to conclusions. Compare different versions. Your extraordinary intelligence will allow you to ascertain the truth. That inspires hope. Furthermore, each of us will try to paint a rather ungainly picture of the other 2. Most likely we will fill you in on the negative sides of each other faction, and withhold anything that is good about them. That is inevitable. None of us will stoop to outright slander, so everything that will be said will most likely be true, but this truth will be one-sided and incomplete. Listen carefully to what we say and take it into account. Your words are a pleasant surprise, Judge. The stories of the evil that the Kinds have unleashed onto this world are partially true. Do not feel obliged to act in our favor. As you can see, I will stop before nothing to ensure an unbiased investigation. The lack of prejudice I want to instill in you is the one and only reason why I am making a confession like this. I do not want my brother to have died in vain. I will take your word seriously. Do not worry.
I have a heartache.
Oh, one more thing. I'd like to examine your brother's body. We have sent for Isidor Burak's most accomplished apprentice. His name is Stanislav Rubin. Quite a resolute and talented man, this Rubin is. I have great expectations of him. He will bring everything you need and you will examine the body together. All right, let me know when this Rubin arrives. I would expect him to join you in the evening. No earlier than 11 o'clock, I would say. Why so late? I personally asked him to come no later than midnight. Don't let it worry you. It seems you are not in too much of a hurry to ascertain the details of your brother's death. On several occasions, excessive haste has led to undesirable consequences. The phenomenon that Isidor had invited you here to study, it is in our blood. The physiological trait of our family shows itself from time to time. That is quite intriguing. The examination of the body will not help you in any way. This puzzle has to be solved within your mind. I am not able to, or even allowed to tell you more than that. Believe me, I am not trying to conceal any evidence from you. The body is kept in the ice house. It is intact, but focus may not be breached. I will wait for the required period of time to pass.
So the Saburovs have offered patronage to some changeling. Who is she?
How many doctors are there in your town? If we exclude Isidore Burak, Stanislav Rubin is the only doctor here. He's the most competent of Isidore's apprentices. The rest are good for nothing, as far as I can tell. They're only capable of distorting the knowledge their teacher is trying to pass to them. Do you trust this Rubin? I would trust Rubin with my life. A competent medic of remarkable courage and laudable integrity. Everything he does is done with appropriate diligence and care. He doesn't like people that much, but he is eager to serve them. Why do you ask? I just wonder what kind of man he is. How do I get to know him? Rubin will come here tonight to get down to examining my brother. You'll get acquainted then. All right.
I feel almost nothing.
I'd like to speak to Isidore Burak first and foremost. Well, that is a reasonable thing to do. Moreover, that is what etiquette demands. After all, it was he that invited you here. However, I don't think he has informed anyone in the crucible of these plans. I hope you don't get me wrong. You are our guest and we welcome you. Where does Isidore live? Somewhere in Earth. Earth is the name of the lowest part of the town, closest to the abattoir. I haven't been there for several years, and I don't really know these slums all too well, especially since they were rebuilt after the fire. Victor has visited Isidore from time to time, so speak to him. He is in the wing next door. Fine. Alright, I think the last option is just gonna end the conversation, yeah. Off to Victor. It's the guy that we saw in the cutscene, the one that was sleeping and stood up abruptly. Hello.
It is far easier to be wise for others than to be so for oneself.
The famous Dr. Denkovsky. Your arrival is a great honor for us. Victor Kine, at your service. My pleasure. I foresee that the things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate for that impression. You know, our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. What do you mean? I mean the traditions. Games that we play with passion will most likely be of no interest to you. The people you meet here may seem eccentric, naive, or even somewhat deranged. Please take it easy on us. Don't judge us too strictly. I hope we will be able to work in the atmosphere of mutual trust.
Perhaps Olgimsky is setting a trap for this newly arrived Haruspeks.
How can I help you? Georgie has told me everything, which is to say he told me very little, but it was enough to astound me. He maintains that you can provide a more detailed account. So you have agreed to help us? I have. May I ask why? We share a tragedy. I want to exact vengeance upon the one that robbed me and my work of a future. I am prepared to answer any questions you may have. When was Simon last seen? He sent Isidore home. Then an hour later he came to this hall to see us. He announced his plans to withdraw to the Focus and received no one. He told us not to approach the Focus and to fast for a week, partaking of neither meat nor water. Then in the morning he was found dead. Why no meat or water? Our explanation is that he wanted to be moored beforehand, as is the custom with the local people. This is very like him. So he knew in advance that he would die. I think, between me and you, that this is precisely what my brother Georgie fears. I can say nothing more about that. How was the body discovered? The servants discovered him in the morning. The room had been ransacked. Everything that was breakable had been broken. His disfigured, contorted body bore signs of terrible suffering. His neck was twisted, his spine broken, I think. No one has touched the body. It is currently inside the focus and will remain there for the prescribed amount of time. What's this focus place? It's hard to explain. It's his study, if you will. An extraordinarily spacious creative laboratory, almost perfectly sealed off, except for the door that was visible at all times, metaphorically speaking. I don't understand. It's like an equation, or a mirror puzzle. Anyway, the murderer could not have been hiding there. Take my word for it. Well, Simon did get in there somehow. He could perform far more impressive feats. There's a reason why the whole town revered him. Tell me honestly, dear Victor, did Simon exist at all? Bravo, Doctor! There is indeed a spark of genius to you. Alas, yes. Yes, he did. Alas? It's not that I would benefit from his death. Alas, for that would be too simple an explanation. Simon well and truly did exist. That is exactly what's left everyone in disarray. It was so hard for them to accept his existence that the thought of his demise is now driving them mad. Fair enough. What do you want from me, then? Just take a look around. Trust your intuition. Do whatever you like. Speak to whoever you feel the need to. Look for the murderer, Doctor, and you will find them. Keep looking till the last breath. I am sure your rational thinking will help you. So Isidore is the only lead. How can I find him? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's murderer, whoever they are, could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I fear it could only be fate, wearing the guise of a mysterious monster. I will be careful. This is where Isidore Brock lives, the man that had brought me to this remote place. He is the last person that saw Simon Kine alive.
Who is it walking upstairs?
Someone's walking upstairs. Oh, it's a baby, but upside down. I never noticed. What the fuck? Is this some concept art? The kinds are weird. I should probably go to Maria now. Then Ava, then get that lead to Isidore. Can I sleep here? Yeah. What an unfortunate dress.
There's more life in me that can be lived.
Okay.
What?
What? You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. Appearances can be deceiving. I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself, my desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat. Cruel words. But also honest. What's so bad about it anyway? The strong manipulate the weak when they want to. Then it is all in my hands.
The Sabarovs' wait is over. They've always wanted an heir.
Now listen closely. The time for collusion, secrets, and alliances has come. I am going to ask something of you. I am not used to that. I am used to holding the reins. But you are not harnessed, so it would be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcome with you. It fits the style of your venture. I'm not an adventurer, and my job is no venture. I hope it never becomes one. I apologize if my words come across as mangled and silly. I am truly not used to asking, but the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging and kneeling, and believe me, I do feel this way. Blah. And believe me, I do feel that way. No need to kneel. What did you want to talk about? Today's death was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened the score of irreplaceable victims. Soon their number will be multiplied. I beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortune cross yours. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment when you will be able to intervene. I know that, for a fact. Who are these people? That doesn't matter. What was destined to happen will happen. You can be whatever you want to be, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give you a list of those I know of. Those people are bound to you. What in the world is going on here? Are you trying to flirt with me? Ah, yes, you haven't been told, have you? It didn't even cross my mind that someone may be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares doubt them, for they are evident. Yes, the mistress of every ruling house possesses special abilities. I am learning to see the future and transform the present. Forgive me, but I don't believe in this type of phenomenons. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of the people I name to you? Answer me before going back to Ava. How do you know that Ava has asked me to come back? I know Ava. She wants to safeguard you from my nocturnal intrigues, doesn't she? She strives to touch the mysteries of our family, to learn the game we're playing. Well, talk to her. Perhaps you two will manage to uncover some bits and pieces of the kind's dark conspiracy against humanity. But you haven't given me an answer. What will it be? I will do as you ask, Maria. My honor bids me to. And you'd better off not giving me cheek. You won't like me when I'm angry. Whatever happens, these people must live. Their fates are bound to mine. They may well hold the keys to my victory in their hands. Okay. The Kinds, the Stamatins, Ava, and Mark Immortal. Okay.
Oh, Mother. Why can't you be here with us?
We, the Kinds, have always been out of touch with mundane reality, but we are driven by love. Love can be furious, funny and blind, but there is never a need to make excuses for it, is there? And what exactly did you see in that dream of yours, the one that had to do with me? A truly terrifying battle is ahead of you. If no one has ever told you about your fate, I will be the first. You must know that I admire you in advance, regardless of the outcome. You will fight a foe that few can defeat. Is this a prophecy? You will clash with your foe like a dragon slayer, but your weapon will turn against you. Striking at the heart, you will end up with your own flesh torn. Every drop of blood you squeeze out of the heart will turn into a gulp of yours. If your foe escapes you, penetrates you, or saddles you, you will hear malicious laughter in your ears, and my crestfallen weeping. So it's about the murderer. Well, I will make them regret your tears, whoever they are.
Great.
Yeah. Hello? It's you again. Don't shake your head at me. Hey. The town is small and rather unexceptional, isn't it? But there are all kinds of people here. The simple folk and the more remarkable ones. The former will tell you more than they know. The latter know way more than they're ever going to let out. Keep a close eye on them. Your victory depends on it. My victory depends on me, no one else. That's what you think. You'll have plenty of time to realize just how wrong you are. Your fight is not a fight of action. You'll need middlemen, cause and effect chains, tools. The tools to act out your script. Oh, that's good. Oh my god, that's good. Your script. Because it's a game, and also there's the theater references, so like you have a script, and also like you gotta follow the script. That's like, oh my god, this game is like blowing my mind. Oh my god. Anyway, if I ever need someone, I'll find them. Not anyone would be good enough. There are few people here capable of doing something worthwhile. How many? There are 20-something of them. easily distinguished by their lodgings of their presence. They're called many names: the Bound, the Fated, the Adherent, the Gobos Tagler, the Town's Circle. Simon preferred their company to any other. Is that a sect or something? No. There used to be a pagan game called Tagler, a roundelay of sorts. A Tagler means a kin's circle, and Gobo is a character from a local epic. And so the people that Simon was interested in the most are called the Gobos Tagler. Some of them don't even know one another. How did Simon choose them? Because it is they will that blah 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 blah. Because it is they that will decide the fate of this town. Don't be distracted by the fact that some of them look insignificant or disreputable. They will earn their worth, you just give them time. They're the most important joints of the town. Why are you telling me all this? Each day one of them will try death by the tooth. Each will put their life at risk, and each one that dies is important. Some of them may take the keys to victory to their grave. Mind that the keys are yours, while the grave is theirs. Others will do the opposite. Don't waste your chance to condemn someone who might get in your way. How do you know what is helpful and what gets in the way? Okay, alright. Dropping you more hints would be cheating. Shutting up now. Allow me to conclude then. Each bound you save will influence the finale of your adventure. Each of them has their own goals and motives. It may so happen that those who seek a different ending survive, and then, well, you've been warned. Okay, I'll take that into account and we'll be careful. Thanks, man. There is something in particular we feel the urge to warn you about. When you speak to the Bound, please choose your words carefully. Do not worry, you will easily be able to make out what kind of a person is standing before you, an observant man that you are. So use that skill when dealing with the Bound. Some of them are indeed worth insulting, whereas others need to be treated with utmost respect. I have no idea what you're talking about. Every line you utter will have consequences. News spreads rapidly around here. If you spoil your reputation in one place, you'll have to reap what you have sown in another. Restore your good name in the south, and you'll receive a warmer welcome in the north. They will heed every word you say, and you'll be rewarded. Good. Good, thanks. Okay, which way now? We go back to Ava. Jeez, there's so much talking in the Bachelor route. Like, more talking than usual.
I had a feeling you would come.
I can't hear anything. Oh, okay. I went back to you, but nothing happened. Like, there's no dialogue options. Okay, whatever. Maybe it's because I didn't get rid of those guys. But like, do I want to? I know how that quest ends, and it usually will end in my death, so... Yeah, also this playthrough is like, I mean, to the new people, just in case, I'll be saying that I have played this game multiple times. I haven't played the Bachelor route fully yet. So some of the things will be new to me, although I do know a lot so far. But basically, I'm just trying to do as many things right as I can so that you can, like, get the story. You know what I mean? Like you come here to experience the Pathologic story, not necessarily, like, my gameplay. Although, I mean, if you enjoy the gameplay, then, like, good on you. I just know that, like, I'd be more interested in the actual story itself. Okay, I guess I'll read the NPC, the NPC conversations as well, even though I've already done that in previous playthroughs, Just in case, you know. We never know who starts with what. Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is, for 'tis her wrath that has to be withstood. Oh, friend, if only I could wet my whistle, I'd gladly give you anything on earth in exchange for a gulp of chilly spring water. Why don't you drink from the river, then? Only lowly animals, dirty of image, drink from the river. Us proud men deserve to drink spring water. 'Tis brought here in barrels, but they're often empty. I'd get it from there, but I'm out of bottles. I drink straight out of a fountain, but I'm gonna faint. The air's here too spicy. I'm barely walking as it is. So you've got an abattoir in the town. What is it? It is with great trepidation that I set about to answer your question, Professor. The abattoir has been here since nothing else was, and mark my word, here it will remain when nothing else does. For 'tis all vanity of vanities, and all is vanity. Do switch your silver tongue for a tongue more common, kind sir. Hundreds of bulls are being slaughtered there. What else is there to know? It is our humble town that provides the whole northeastern region with beef, or even the whole country, mayhaps. How many poor bull souls does it take to stuff the belly of a country that has millions upon millions of citizens? Eh? Your humble river obviously also supplies the whole country with water. How about we barter? You'll have your water and I'll have bandages. Yeah. Thank you. Am I going the right way? Isidore's house is, oh, way over there. Jeez. Should I go this way and this way? Ooh. Okay. Hello, miss. My heart is crying for my poorer children. How are my dearest doing? Is everything all right? Oh, women's share is hard. You've got a curious town here. I never expected to see something like this in such a remote place. Everyone's tired of the endless construction work. We want some quiet. Is there a lot of construction going on? Not a lot, but I cannot shrug away the feeling that the world is changing all too quickly. The rulers invite architects from the capital, and they turn everything upside down. It's fun for the children, but a torment to us. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Oh, we can buy some food. We're not hungry yet, but boy, howdy will we be hungry soon. Oh. Anything I can do for you? I'd be much obliged if you helped me learn how to get around your town. There's more than one town here. The first one is called the Bull Project. The second one, the offspring of the project, is the district. I mean the residential part itself. Not so long ago the town also dropped anchor across the river, but I wouldn't go so far as to call that part a district too. It's just the polyhedron. And what's inside of that polyhedron? Nothing really. Children like to play there, I guess. And they say it's perfectly empty, bare as the palm of your hand. What could there be inside such a monstrosity? I found it unbelievable that it's still standing at all. I'd never let my children enter the damn thing. Ever. I see. What about the Bull Project? It's the industrial base of the town. The station, the warehouses, the works, and the abattoir all belong to it. I wouldn't recommend going there. It's not an appropriate place for a person from the capital. It's filthy there, and the stench. I'd say it's not an appropriate place for anyone at all. Didn't think about going there anyway. Say, how come such a tiny town is divided into districts? Well, it just sort of came to be that way. The Gullet and the Guzzle, the Gorkon's tributaries, divide the town into 3 parts. Each of them consists of many separate courtyards, so maybe that's the reason. And what are those parts? The lower part, adjacent to the abattoir, is called Earth. The one between the gullet and the guzzle we call the knots, and the triangular promontory between the guzzle and the gorkin is the stone yard. That's intricate. What about the districts' names? The stone yard consists of 2 districts, the bridge square and the atrium, plus the mistress's tombs, of course. Earth has 4 residential districts, the Skinners, the Tanners, the Hindquarters, and Crude Sprawl. In the middle... Is something wrong? I'm just not sure you need any of this. The knots have 7 districts. The spleen, the marrow, the chine, the backbone, the mouth, the flank, and the gut. I don't suppose I need to go into further details. Surely the kinds will show you around. They are expecting you after all. Much obliged. Okay, let's talk to them later maybe. Let's focus on our mission. I can never tell which way the doors are... Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay, cool. Yay. Hello? A foul murder occurred here this night. No unauthorized access allowed. Inspecting the crime scene is strictly forbidden until further notice. Is this a bad dream or something? Can someone wake me up, please? Whoever killed our only dog must surely be looking to get us all killed. Isidore could cure anything. He also knew how to make cuts or incisions, cause he was a warden. He knew his lines all right. Like I said, it all makes sense. Whoever killed Simon took Isidore's life too. And this is merely the beginning. What makes you think the 2 cases are connected? Well, who would have the heart to attack such men? If you had asked me yesterday, I'd have told you no one would dare inflict such an ugly wound on this town. But if there is someone, it has to be just that, someone. Although it looks fishy if you ask me. That thing was no man. That's what I think. Explain yourself. See, this murderer's deal is all mysterious. There was a talon stuck in the victim's chest. Go ahead, bend your arm at the elbow, good sir. Yeah, like that. There you go. That's how long it was. It broke off. There was dust on the floor, for the deceased had been a renowned step-walker, and the dust was all covered in hoof steps and, like, traces of a sharp bone, I guess? As if someone was using a walking stick round here. Round there. I'm telling you, it's her. The Shabnak deer. The clay man-eater. I want to inspect the building. We've been assigned to dispose by Alexander, the head of the Sabrov family. His house is in decline right now, but it's still very powerful and very much respected, for it is they that's been responsible for maintaining worldly order and public safety in the town since olden days. Please kindly address your concerns to him. There's the rod. You just take that road up there and get to the Cape. As for me, I'm not authorized to let you in. You should have said so from the start. The Rod. The Saburovs have been living here since the town was founded. Once a mighty and powerful clan, it only has 2 persons now. A governor devoid of any real authority and his dying wife. Oh shit. Harsh words. Look, this is no place for you to be, good sir. Could you kindly leave, eh? This place is villainous and times are rough. What if some thug or cutthroat comes after you? I can't protect everyone. Don't get smart with me, soldier. I can hold on my own. So, Isidore is dead. Cool. Cool. Oh, and we see a fire. Let's investigate this and let's end the episode. Oh no. It's a witch hunt? Seems like it. Anyone going to tell me what was up? Oh dear, oh, what have you done? How is it? That was no Shabnak, that was a girl, a living girl. Get lost and never set foot here again. But in the fire she is not to burn, for she is made of clay. Wrong, all wrong. Hardened, she must then fall apart. What have you done, you dimwits? Smells like burning flesh, huh? A mistake then. Gotta keep looking. Come on, fellas, let's find the bitch. Haven't combed by the backbone yet. Where's the patrol? Have you murdered them too? Oh. Yeah, they have. Gun! I got a gun. You know, it's very sad that like a person got burned down like on the stake and everything, but like at least they got a gun out of it. So that's pretty cool actually. Okay. That's going to be it for today. See you guys next time. Bye.